All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 21 of Tunesday Tuesday right here on Twitch and Facebook Live with yours truly, the host of Tunesday Tuesday, Boston Chris. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. And we are super excited about the treat we are bringing to y'all tonight. All the way from across the great Atlantic Ocean, we will be chatting with B. Smith, who is a just released her debut single as a country artist from the United Kingdom. Believe it or not, yeah, country music is not really a huge thing across the pond, and we're definitely going to ask her about that. If you guys are watching on Twitch or Facebook Live, we are live every single Tuesday at 8 p.m. You guys are more than welcome to request songs in the chat, and you're welcome to support the show in any way you want, whether it's donations, bits, etc. I appreciate everybody who's tuning in. And I also want to let you guys know, if you are watching on YouTube out there and you're only here for the interview and you'd like to watch the entire show, there will be a link in your description below for the entire recap of episode 21 featuring my new friend, B. Smith, who is coming up right now with an interview. We're going to chat with her, so do not go anywhere. We're going to get right into that right now. We have B. Smith here on Tunesday Tuesday. I think this is episode number 21, and B is joining us from across the pond tonight in the United Kingdom. Are you still in Lancashire, where you came from, or are you somewhere else now?
Yeah, at the moment I'm still in Lancashire. Well, we say Lancashire, you guys say Lancashire.
Yeah. Well,
I'm learning the differences, tomato, tomato.
no, you're not wrong, because New Hampshire is New Hampshire, so I guess Lancashire would make better sense. Like we call,
Yeah,
so I mean, it's the same concept. I don't know why I would have called
yeah.
it Shire. I guess that's the Texas in me now, shining through.
I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I've been in
Yeah,
Texas for 20 years now, even though I grew up in the Northeast. So, yeah.
oh, wow,
I love the fact that
amazing.
we have you on the show this week, because I love, showing folks from across the pond, from all over the world, which is really fun. I got to ask you, though, is the name B actually your name? Is that short for something, or is it a nickname? Is it the real name?
So it's a nickname, B. So it's because my maiden name was Brown, and it used to
Oh,
get shortened to B,
I
and it
gotcha.
stuck.
I gotcha.
So yeah, so it's B. So it's much my God given name was Rachel.
Okay.
So it's probably one of the most English names in England. I went from Rachel Brown and then I got married to Rachel Smith. I was like, so it's
Wow.
big. So,
Yeah, I see what you mean. So at least B
yeah,
Smith is a little bit different now, and
a little bit. Yeah,
you're still kind of honoring your maiden name by doing that, right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So man, I got so much to ask you, because typically when I talk to folks from Europe, it's not typically country music. So
Mhm.
how did that happen for you? How did country music permeate into your world to where you're influenced by it?
Gosh, I mean, so I've always loved songwriting, and from a young age, it started off with poetry and things like that. And I didn't actually have access to country music when I was growing up. So when I was growing up, it was more kind of soul influences and folky influence and things
Yeah.
like that. And then, uh, w- I mean, I'm so jealous of the kids these days that just have like any kind of genre available at YouTube. Like they can just go to any part, Spotify and all the rest of it. They can just hear music from everywhere.
Yeah.
It was very limited for me growing up. So I think I first discovered country music when I was in my teens, and we over here, unless you were in like the line dancing clubs and stuff, which I was too young to attend then anyway. Um, like I say, it was limited, so we'd hear of country music from like Leanne Rhymes and Shania Twain, for example, when they kind of crossed over and became a little bit more mainstream. And that was kind of my taste of it. Um, but I really got into it when I discovered Rascal Flatts. They were like my first country influence, and I was like, "Oh my lord, this is." I was hooked straight from there. So it was the storytelling and the songwriting for me, which is what I really kind of responded to and resonated with. I was like, yeah, this is now. I felt like I finally found my genre that I really enjoyed.
Yeah,
So
that vulnerability in music, right? That doesn't really exist outside of country. I mean, it does to an extent in folk and Americana, but those are also like,
mhm,
step cousins of country music anyway. So,
sure,
um, but
yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah,
so interesting because we had early on in this show we had a gentleman named Rob Wheeler that is also from the UK,
mhm,
and he's also a country
mhm,
music singer songwriter.
amazing,
So it's so
yeah,
interesting to hear you guys talk about how you're able to get those influences. And you made a good point about how younger consumers, fans today have an
mhm,
easier way of consuming that kind of music.
yeah,
Whereas for
yeah.
you just had to hope that it somehow got through whatever it was you were listening to.
Yeah, and I mean that, that directly impacted when I was performing here like 10 or so years ago, and I was performing, I was doing what we call a circuit here. And there wasn't an audience for it either. So as much as I loved country music and I loved Eva Cassidy and again it was that I loved the country covers and things that she did as well, like and her arrangements of things. Like I wanted to perform those, and sometimes I did, but it was kind of lost. Like there wasn't an audience for it, which was really frustrating because it just meant that I had to, in order to perform and to get bookings, I was doing what they only knew mainstream.
Mm,
So it was kind of a back then on the circuit for me, if you said you liked country, and to be fair, I still get it now, they'll say, "Oh, do you like Dolly Parton?" And
yeah,
that's all they know,
yeah,
and I get it, but at the same time it's like, god, it's so much bigger than that.
it
Like
is.
it's amazing now that it is becoming so mainstream, particularly over here and in Europe as well, because it gives artists like me a chance to be really authentic in what we want to do with our songwriting and what we want to do with our music. There's now that avenue for us to go down, which I kind of always thought that's my thing in private, that I'll listen to country music on my own, and and no one else will really appreciate it. So there's definitely a lot more opportunity for sure to pursue things like that.
Well,
So
that's good news. But do you feel like because of that lack of exposure or being able to be who you are creatively, really kind of stifled your chances to songwrite at the time? Because it would seem to
oh
me
yeah,
like if you're not able to experiment or put out your art and you're only doing covers that people in the area are enjoying, that can really kind of
yeah.
hold you back creatively. So how do you separate those two things as an artist?
So at the time, I became really frustrated, and I
Yeah.
just thought maybe this isn't for me. And as a creative, if you're not doing something that you authentically love to do, you kind of it's a bit soul destroying, really. So as much so it, I would, for example, I would try and make it so that my first set was like really acoustic and really stripped back, and I would do my own arrangements of covers and things to try and put a bit more of myself into that.
Yeah.
And you get, sometimes you sing into the walls. That still happens in some places, but you'd get some people that were listening, and I really enjoyed that. It'd take them a minute and go, "Oh, it's this song," and then they'd say, "Oh, I really like what you did with that." But that was a dime a dozen. It didn't happen a lot. That so you were kind of back then. It was you was only as good as your last drunken sing along, which was really frustrating. And that still happens now. Don't get me wrong, but we're entertainers, aren't we? So that's what we're here to do. But at the same time, it just made me think maybe this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. Maybe it is more the songwriting element that I'm
Hmm.
supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So I kind of gave up performing, to be honest, because it was getting to the point where I knew that I was having to go to the kind of the same venues and do the same old stuff. And I just thought, I'm not doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
I hear so many people in music tell me that they were born in the wrong century.
oh, yeah.
Sounds to me like
The
you
wrong,
were born
the wrong country as
in the
well, by
wrong
the way.
area. Sounds to me like you were possibly born in the wrong area. Like Texas would be
Yeah,
perfect, or anywhere in the
yeah,
southeastern United States. That's gonna be tough though,
yeah,
man, because like
yeah,
you can't turn off creativity, right? Like you just can't turn it
yeah,
off. It's always gonna be there, and you're
yeah,
gonna love what you love,
mhm,
and that's just the way it
yeah,
is. So that's going to be
yeah,
frustrating. Seems like probably a small word compared to how it really was. Maybe aggravating is better a word because, like, I'm sure you
yeah,
love where you're from. We all love where we're from for the most part.
yeah,
But if
Yeah.
that's not really, helping you with your process and getting yourself out there in a creative way, like I said,
Hmm.
you can't just turn that off. Um,
Yeah.
I love
And this
your.
is it.
Go ahead.
So I was going to say, so I had, different jobs and things. I worked in mental health for many years. I'm a huge advocate for mental health, and as much as I love that, it was singing was always there. It was always there, and I'm thinking, wait, is it? This is where it came. Like literally this time last year, I was like, no, I've got to do something with it. I'm going to try again. I'm going to go for it. And because I don't do regrets, and I didn't want to live with, I thought we've got the things like TikTok now, and just give it a go and see what's the worst that can happen, and now I'm talking to you, so it's
Yeah.
been definitely worthwhile.
It's cool, and now you're playing all over the world. You're not just playing in the UK. I know you are playing over there now, but when you're
Yeah.
playing in the United States or somewhere else on the planet that's not home, and then you come back home, do you kind
Mhm.
of see a difference in the performances at home as versus going away from home?
I'm going to say ask me that again after I've been to the States, because I feel like that's going to be where I feel like that's going to be really kind of affirming to me and validating for me, is performing over there. And like you say, there's no place like home. But in saying that, when everything I want to experience is rooted over there, and I can't wait to just experience it over there in its
Yeah.
true, authentic form.
And so you haven't played in
So
the States yet.
not yet,
Are
no.
you?
So I'm
Is
doing.
that coming? Are you planning on some shows over here?
Yes, I've got a tour coming in July. So I'm coming out on well, I'll come at the end of June, but my first shows are on the 4th and the 5th of July in Louisiana. So there's a festival called Tailgates and Tan Lines, which I'm playing at. That's my first show, and then we're touring around. We're going to Texas, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, um, hitting Nashville,
Hmm.
Oklahoma, Kentucky. There's quite a few places that we're doing. So yeah, I
So
cannot wait.
yeah.
Oh, uh, Mississippi is already Hattiesburg in Mississippi. So I'm so excited.
Yeah, I bet you are, man. That would be so fulfilling. I feel as an artist of
Oh,
any kind, just getting your sound
yeah,
out there beyond your own four walls is so important, right? And
yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
So, how long have you been like pursuing the whole music thing?
Oh God. So I started songwriting when I was probably about 15, 16, I think. And that was at the time, it was kind of like teenage angst and
Yeah.
first kind of breakups and, the usual stuff. It was more like a kind of a diary back then, really. And I spent my brother, who's an amazing guitarist and singer, he taught himself to play guitar, and we kind of, hung about for a bit. And his best friend at the time, I became really good friends with him, and we had a couple of summers where we were literally just writing and playing and doing open mics, and he was into all different genres. He's a really successful singer songwriter. He lives out in the States actually. um, and he just went for it, and he studied his craft, and he just went for it, and I was really in awe of that. So although the genre that I was into, there wasn't a market for it here. That's where I felt really kind of stifled, as I talked about earlier. So I kind of just, there was like open mics and karaoke competitions and things like that that I would do. And also my family were of the viewpoint that singing wasn't a proper job, so that was also very instrumental in me not pursuing it, and kind of just thinking that, well, maybe it's not for me, and it's just like a dream that one of these, that people say that you're not going to ever do anything with it. It's
Mhm.
just a pipe dream, and I think it's when you hear that a lot, it's very easy to believe that.
Yeah.
Um,
And then you start
very,
that feeds your mental illness too. It really truly does because like you're always going to be your worst enemy when it comes to, self-validation and self-confidence and self-reflection, all of those things. So if your outside sources are not kind of, the opposite of what you're telling yourself, then that can be really
yeah,
verifying to you, even though it shouldn't be, right? Like you should
yeah,
you should believe in yourself, and all of us should do that, but it's easier said than done. But like
Yeah.
when you're telling yourself you're not good enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, and then other people are saying, well, that's not a real job, or you should do this, you should
Mm-hmm.
do that. Yeah, I can feel that. Like that's gonna be
Yeah.
very verifying for you. So how did you defeat that? Because here you are, you're doing it. So
Um, I mean, simple fact of the matter is I grew some balls and said, no, I'm going for it.
I love it. Good for you. Good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I I became a mom, and that it was really that was a turning point for me, because my daughter's 6 years old now, and I have someone who's watching me, and I'm teaching her that you can either do what's expected of you or you do what you want. So it was more for me a conscious decision of, I want to at least show her that yes, it's taking me longer, and it's frustrating that I didn't do this in my 20s because I didn't have the support to do it back then. um but it's never too late to go for what you want. You've got to work hard and achieve what you want to do. Like, I don't know how long this wave is going to last for. I'm on it, and she's seeing that, and she's seeing that you work hard, and it's doing things like this, like late at night, and you doing shows, and you're writing, and it's just not giving up on what you want. And that's, for me as a parent, one of the most important lessons I can teach her. So she's definitely my main motivation for
So
doing
I
it.
mean, essentially, you became a mom, and you're listening to yourself teach her, and in essence, it's teaching you to get over your own imposter
Yeah,
syndrome and stuff like that. Like you can't teach your daughter
yeah,
if you don't believe it yourself, right?
exactly. What a hypocrite.
Yep.
And I was like, I can't, I can't sit here and say to her, you can be anything, you can do what you want, you just got to really work hard at it, and then going to bed at night going, hang on a minute, I needed someone to tell me that. So
Hmm.
I'm going to tell myself that. And that's what a lot of us, unfortunately, that's what we have to go through, because you've got to be your own champion, haven't you? That's what
Yep.
it's all about, isn't it?
Yep. I love that. And here we are. It's
Yeah.
2025, and I mean,
Mhm.
essentially, the song that we're featuring tonight is your first single, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
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 So I mean, what an accomplishment! And I want to talk about the song
Thank
here
you.
in a minute, but every single week we have obviously we have a special guest on the show, and that special guest gets to choose a different song to feature other than their
Mhm.
own as well. And so this week you have chosen a phenomenal song by a phenomenal artist, and I want to hear why you chose this one. You chose "There You Are" by Ashley Monroe. So what was it
Yeah.
about this song that you wanted people to see this week?
Oh God, I think it's criminally underrated, this song. It's just, when I first heard it, like, Ashley Monroe's got one of those voices that just makes me stop what I'm doing and just listen. Like, I've loved her since she was in the Pistol Annies. Like, you know, I love her sound. I love her writing is incredible. And when I first, it literally the first few bars of the piano, I heard it, and it's that kind of song that makes me go, oh, this is gonna be good.
Hmm.
And then a vocal on it, it's so haunting, and I just think the whole arrangement of it is so true to what the song is about. And it's one of those, it's, again, it's the storytelling. It's one of those kind of tricky subjects that people don't really talk about, but when you listen to the, and I'm a lyrics girl, right? So I like a song because of the lyrics. They will determine whether I like a song or not. Melody's great, but
Hmm.
melody's whatever. That's second to me. So it's not just the hook that I'm after, it's the lyric that I'm listening to. And I heard that, I was like, oh my God. And when she sings it, and there you are, it's just so haunting and stunning. I just absolutely adore this song.
It definitely encapsulates what country music is all about for sure. And
Mhm,
when you chose the
mhm.
song, I was like, huh, yeah, I see why she would choose this song based on what I knew
Oh,
about
really?
you and the frustration and the
Yeah.
aggravation that you've dealt with. It made perfect sense to me that you chose the song, and I was like, this is so cool. Can't wait to talk about it. But yeah, let's
Yeah.
talk about the big moment for B. Smith, the debut single. It's called "Little Girl's Heart."
Mhm,
This has to
mhm.
be a labor of love and a long time coming. So tell us about the song and how it came to be.
Yeah, so I co-wrote this with a really good friend of mine called Nick Sagar. He's a producer, wonderful, wonderful guy here in the UK. He literally lives around the corner from me, and that happened quite by chance as well. I was looking for a producer, And you know how it is these days, you put something on social media looking for a producer to work with, and he kept getting tagged. So we messaged each other, and I was expecting him to be like in a big city quite far from me and to travel and stuff. And he literally lives 8 minutes from my house, right? So I was like, whoa, this is crazy. So I went there, and I didn't really know kind of what to expect to begin with our writing session, but we were just talking about, you know, life and life experiences and country music and stuff. And this this story came out, and I wasn't intending on this being my debut single at first, to be honest. I'm kind of go with what I feel in the moment. That's kind of how I work and how I write. And we talked about this, and we just lyrics just started, it came quite organically, really. Lyrics just started flying out, and it was really important to me to, because it's my experience, this story. And in country music particularly, I was a bit nervous at first about releasing this one, because country music, in my experience of how I've heard of father figures in country music, they're all, you know, daddy's boots are very hard to fill, and daddy's going to walk me down the aisle, and they're these amazing men. And this wasn't my experience. So I thought, if I'm going to be true about this, I'm not going to sit here and write songs about trucks and whiskey. First of all, there's too many of them, and they're great, but
Yeah.
I don't drink whiskey. I do drive a truck, but I don't drink whiskey. So I'm not going to ever write a song for the sake of writing one.
Mhm.
So it's, I was a bit nervous about how this would be received, but the response to it has been unbelievable. Like the people that have messaged me, and you know that was their experience too, of growing up and their father was absent, and that they wish that they'd have had this song when they were younger and going through that to resonate with. So that's the power of music to me. It's all about the connection. So I'm really proud of it.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, I know this is your first song, but every single song is a journey. And what I mean
Mm,
by that is from beginning to end, from the time you're writing the song, putting it together,
yeah,
trying to get the lyrics right, trying to get the melody right. Then you take the song into the studio. You have to figure out
yeah,
which instrumentation to put where. Is there a
yeah,
harmony here? Do you want, you know, this
yeah,
to be here, that to be there? Then you get out of the studio and you publish it, you distribute it, and you do all of that, and then the
mm,
fun happens. And what I mean by
yeah,
fun is the work, because then the work is
yeah,
selling the song, performing the song, marketing it, doing interviews like this. Every song's a journey, and you'll find that out the
yeah,
more songs you do, and each journey is different with each song. I'm excited for
yeah.
you because this
Thank
is a
you.
great song for your first one. Coming from the
Thank
UK,
you.
of all places, the song was
Mhm,
produced in the UK, written in the UK,
mhm,
all of that. So imagine a country music song completely organically done in the United Kingdom. That is so exciting. And
yeah.
hopefully you're changing the culture over there when it comes to what they consume as fans of music.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we country music over here is massive now, like I said earlier, and
Hmm.
I'm so thankful for that, because you know, you are, it's like the whole Beyonce movement, and love her or hate her, you know, people have got their opinions on it. And there are a lot of people that have kind of jumped on the bandwagon now, and there's a lot of artists who weren't country who now are country because you know, it's selling at the moment. That's
Yep.
fine, you know, let people do what they want to do. Whatever brings more people to country music, I'm thankful for, because you know, even my friends and family, truth be told, is they're not fans of country music. They never were. They kind of have to be now.
They will be now. That's right. I was just going to say, they will be
Yeah, yeah.
now. Yep.
They love me, so they're just like, okay, whatever you want to do, I will support you.
Hmm.
um, but yeah, so that's, you know, for me, it's amazing that there, like I said earlier, there are these opportunities to perform that and for it to be received. But ultimately, for me, I think you kind of take for granted where you are from, and you can't predict how something will be received, but you can kind of, you can have a guess. But for me, I think for this to have the response that it's had and the airplay that it's had in the States particularly has been so overwhelming and validating to me as a UK country artist, you know. So when I first started pursuing this, I'm thinking, well, what they're going to think, like, what does she know about country music? Like, she's from the UK, like what qualifies her to sing about country music? And you see this on social media all the time, particularly with older fans of more traditional country music. That personally is my favorite style of music. There's a country pop movement that's happening at the minute that's doing really, really well, and that rubs a few country fans up the wrong way. I've seen it. People don't tend to. I think it's kind of a split between people either loving it or hating it. So for me, releasing this, it was quite nerve-wracking to see how this would be received, but it's been unbelievable. The support I've had is amazing. So thank you to everybody for that, by the way.
I'm really, really excited for you. So for folks who are just hearing about you, where's the best place for them to support you and follow you on your journey and all of that stuff? Where would you send them?
So first of all, go to my website because all my socials are linked on there. That's the easiest thing. So it's bsmithmusic.com. And everything's on there. My tour details are on there too. Where I'm playing is on there in the UK at the moment. Also, merchandise and things is on there as well. So yeah, everything you need to know is on there. Yeah. And there's a mailing list and stuff that you can subscribe to as well.
And it looks like the US tour starts in July, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
First show is in Monroe, Louisiana in July. And then Mississippi, and that's what you have here so far, and I'm looking forward to more dates for that. Hopefully you'll be in my neck of the woods. I'm in Northeast Texas, so who knows? You might just come through here.
Amazing. So I know that the team over there are working really hard, and a huge shout out to my record label, Bookshot Records. Like, they have been so supportive, been wonderful throughout this whole process. And I have management with KRM Management, who are awesome as well, and they're working really hard behind the scenes to get this tour underway and booking these dates and things. So yeah, stay tuned for that.
Yeah. Big things in store for B. Smith. I'm just going to recap everybody so you guys can make sure you're following her on your platforms of choice. The website is B Smith Music, and again, spell out B, it's BEE, smithmusic.com.
Yeah.
Very important on that. You can see her full name on your screen, and the link to her webpage will also be in the description if you're watching the recap or the interview of this. Of course, the live version won't have that. This live version, we don't have that. I'll make sure that I link that in the chat, though, for those of you guys that are watching. I'll link that right now. The Facebook is B Smith Music Official. The TikTok is B Smith Music. Instagram is B Smith Music Official, and make sure you guys are following him there. SoundCloud, which is an underrated form for artists. You guys need to be checking that out if you're not. It's B Smith Music over there. And big, follow her on Spotify. That will really help her a lot. Spotify is unfortunately something we have to deal with. But yeah, being a monthly follower on there, a monthly listener, is huge for the artists. B, thank you so much for spending some time with me tonight. I know it's super, super late over there, and thank you for hanging out with us.
I really appreciate it. I appreciate the love. Thank you very much.
Of course, and welcome back anytime. So the next time you have a song and you're on this journey again, we'll talk about how the journey has changed. How's that sound?
Oh, it's coming. So I've been in the studio working hard, so I've got another 2 that are ready very soon. So they're actually, one is being mastered at the moment. So more
exciting
details
stuff
to come on that.
So the journey has already started on the second song. That's exciting.
Oh, it has. Yeah. I've been a busy bee, as would say.
Yeah, I see that. Pun intended, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you have a great rest of your evening, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Good night.
See you.
All right, guys, that was B. Smith all the way from Lancashire, UK. Hopefully I can figure out actually how to say where she's from. I think it's Lancashire. We'll go with that. She can admonish me if I'm wrong again. I'm just so cool to be able to talk to artists from all over the world, whether it's from the United States, Texas, the Northeast, across the pond. We've had UK and Denmark, and it's so cool. I'm trying to get an artist on one of the shows from from Ukraine, I think, or no, Holland. So it's just so cool. There's great music all over the world, and I'm hoping to find as many awesome artists as we can. As you guys may know, if you're watching this live, we're going to be playing a lot of music now, but this little part of the show here is just to remind everybody that's watching on YouTube that you can click the link below for the episode 21 recap. If you're here just with the interview, click the recap link if you want to see all the music. But without any further ado, we are going to get into the music tonight. First song, again, is the debut single from my special guest this week, Miss B. Smith. Here it is. The song is called Little Girl's Heart.
You told me absence makes the heart grow fonder. I believed you then, I was younger. Sitting on the driveway, praying you were on your way. Pretty bows in a party dress, Daddy's 6-year-old princesses, watching every car come round the corner. Mama said she's tried again to call you, that it might be your new baby that has made you late again. No, you wouldn't miss my birthday, but you never came. So much for being there when times are getting hard. Daddies are supposed to chase the monsters from the dark. Daddies are supposed to pick you up when you're falling apart. One thing daddies ain't supposed to do, they ain't supposed to break their little girl's heart. And I cry myself to sleep and not believing that I wasn't good enough to stop believing. And while you were playing happy families, but not with me, I learned with every passing year you're someone I don't need, 'cause you were never there when times are getting hard. Ain't daddy supposed to chase the monsters from the dark? And I'll be the reason your world is falling apart. There's one thing daddies ain't supposed to do, they ain't supposed to break their little girl's heart. Their little girl's heart. Little girl's heart. My heart. 16 summers pass and now you call me, trying to make up for lost time, saying sorry. But I'm not that birthday princess waiting for you on the drive, so you don't get to show up much too late again this time. 'Cause I know that I don't need you now when times are getting hard. That little girl has learned to chase those monsters from the dark, learned to keep it all together instead of falling apart. So daddy, I suppose I'm telling you, you sure as hell can break again this little girl's heart.
All right, guys, it's Little Girl's Heart, the debut single from our guest this week, Miss B. Smith, all the way from Lancashire. UK. What a treat to have her on the show. And just out of nowhere, getting an email from an artist from halfway across the world is just so amazingly validating as an independent podcast style live broadcast, right? It doesn't get any better than that, than when an artist of incredible talent like B. Smith not interviews, but emails you and wants to be featured on your show. So that was huge, and I appreciate B and her team for trusting us with that. It's just a huge amount of trust for that. Kumi, thank you for the 100 biddies. I appreciate the donation. Guys, don't forget you can donate by type an exclamation point donate in your chat if you're on Twitch. If you're on Facebook, let me know, and I will definitely put our donate link in there. Every single donation you guys send our way helps us keep these live shows going, and this is number 21. So really, it's you guys out there that are going to fuel how long this show lasts, and I appreciate everybody who has supported us. But we are now to B's Pick of the Week, the second song, and we just heard her talking about this song. A phenomenal artist from the Knoxville, Tennessee area. Again, B mentioned that Ashley Monroe is 1/3 of the Pistol Annies, along with Miss Angelina Presley and Miranda Lambert, the Pistol Annies. And guys, this song is absolutely incredible. I've actually heard this one before. Usually the pick of the week is a blind reaction. This one is not. I love this song, and I chose a live performance of it, which just goes to show you how much I love this version of the song, because we don't play live versions on this show. Here is Ashley Monroe with There You Are. Enjoy.
Last night I dreamed of you again. It was the same dream that it's always been, where I walk into the dark and I open up my heart. And there you are. And I reach out my arms to you and do the things I know I should not do. 'Cause in the morning light, he lays here by my side. And there you are. My love, what do you want from me? You're everything I want. He's everything I need. When no one's here, I shout your name. I swear I'll run your ghost back to its grave. When I think I've gained control of my body and my soul. Oh, there you are. open up my heart. And there you are. Well, any fool can see in the deepest part of me. There you are.
Guys, when I tell you that Ashley Monroe is no joke, you can tell. That young lady is no joke, bro. Like, holy crap. What an incredibly gifted singer-songwriter. Love the song. And next up on the show for I think the first time on Tunesday Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken, is an artist from, she is Canadian born. I know that. I don't know if she still lives in Canada. I think she's actually based out of Nashville now, but she is not your typical artist or singer-songwriter that is based out of Nashville. And sadly, this young lady used to be a part of a duo called the Bygones. And unfortunately, the Bygones have split up, so they are no longer together. But Allison Young is still an incredibly, incredibly awesome singer. And her songwriting is not too shabby either. Really excited to show you guys this song. It's called Oo-De-Lally.
Robin Hood and Little John are walking through the forest, laughing back and forth to what the other has to say. Reminiscing this and that and having such a good time. Oo-De-Lally, golly, what a day. Never ever thinking there was danger in the water they were drinking it, they guzzled it down. Never dreaming that scheming sheriff and his posse was watching them and gathering around. Robin Hood and Little John are running through the forest, jumping fences, dodging trees and trying to get away. Contemplating nothing but escaping it and making it. Oo-De-Lally, golly, what a day. Oo-De-Lally, golly, what a day.
Short and sweet from Allison Young. Oo-De-Lally is the song. Guys, as you guys may know, yes, an old classic, I agree, yes. I think Roger Miller did that song years and years and years ago, if I remember. And that's what's amazing about Allison Young, is she plays a lot of those old songs, sings those songs. She's done a lot of stuff with Postmodern Jukebox, and, of course, with the Bygones as well. But she also writes songs as well. And I'm excited to see the next step in her evolution now that her and Josh are no longer doing the Bygones. So excited about the next step. Would love to chat with Allison on the Boston Chris podcast. You never know. It could happen, as the kid on Angels in the Outfield used to say. Let me know how the vocals sound out there. We're trying a new setup on the microphone and not entirely sold on it yet. So if the audio sounds okay to you guys, and I am okay with it as well. As you guys may know, we do feature a song on this show every single Tuesday from our upcoming podcast guest. And fortunately, this week, we have two different podcast guests. We have a Friday episode and a Saturday episode. And Friday's guest is Mark Irwin, who is a four-time #1 hit songwriter who's got #1 hits by Tyler Farr and Taylor Swift and Alan Jackson, Tim McGraw, and just loads and loads and loads of cuts. But this right here is probably his most well-known song. So I figured we would play this tonight by Mark himself. Now, Mark does not have cuts out there by himself as an artist, but he does perform live. So this is a somewhat produced version of his #1 hit, Here in the Real World, sung live from the legendary Bluebird Cafe in Nashville. Y'all check it out.
Well, cowboys don't cry, and heroes don't die. Good always wins again and again. And love is a sweet dream that always comes true. Oh, if life were like the movie, I'd never be blue. But here in the real world, it's not that easy at all. 'Cause when hearts get broken, it's real tears that fall. And darling, it's sad but true, but the one thing I've learned from you is how the boy don't always get the girl here in the real world. Well, I gave you my love, but that wasn't enough to hold your heart when times got rough. But tonight on that silver screen, it'll end like it should. Two lovers will make it through like I hoped we would. But here in the real world, it's not that easy at all. 'Cause when hearts get broken, it's real tears that fall. And darling, it's sad but true, but the one thing I've learned from you is how the boy don't always get the girl here in the real world. No, the boy don't always get the girl here in the real world.
Mark Irwin will be my guest this Friday night on the Boston Chris podcast. That episode will release at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, wherever you listen to podcasts. And a live video version, not live, but a video version of that will be available on Spotify and YouTube as well. I think it's only available in audio everywhere else, wherever you watch or listen to podcasts. So, yeah, check out Mark Irwin. We got into some really cool conversations with Mark, and he was pretty outspoken about some stuff within the industry, too, which I found to be quite candid, and I'm looking forward to getting that out there this Friday night. Saturday night, we have a second episode this week. Now, usually Saturday is the night that our podcasts go out. This week's normal schedule program will be with the incredible #1 hit songwriter Susan Gibson, best known for the song Wide Open Spaces, made famous by the Dixie Chicks. We got to chat with Susan in person, one-on-one, live, and that was all captured at the Bowery stage in Winsboro, Texas, and this will come out Saturday night. But here is a version. Here is her official lyric video for a song that she played live on the show. This is called Evergreen.
When I think I'm lost, something brings me back as my train of thought slips off the track. Feeling my way through crossways and blind. Guess it's what you see, not what you find. I don't mind things that don't matter these days. Time I've spent on worry never pays. Leaves are changing from green to gold, so I'll change with them. I'll be so bold. In vivid colored dreams, nothing's what it seems. I've turned inside out, then back again. I'm stuck out on this limb, dancing with the wind. How I long to be evergreen. Now I'm 10 years gone in strange scenery, like an old dust devil chasing around a tumbleweed. I tried to lay down roots so I could just stay there. Blew out my candle, prayed a little prayer. I don't mind things that don't matter these days. Time I've spent on worry never pays. Leaves are changing from green to gold, so I'll change with them. I'll be so bold. In vivid colored dreams, nothing's what it seems. I've turned inside out and back again. I'm stuck out on this limb, dancing with the wind. How I long to be evergreen. So I can't complain, I've enjoyed the ride. Just 'cause I'm running doesn't mean I'm hiding. This wanderlust puts me off the map. Follow my heart till it brings me back. Now, I don't mind things that don't matter these days. Time I've spent on worry never pays. Leaves are changing from green to gold, so I'll change with them. I'll be so bold. In vivid colored dreams, nothing's what it seems. I've turned inside out, then back again. I'm stuck out on this limb, dancing with the wind. How I long to be evergreen. I'm stuck out on this limb, dancing with the wind. How I long to be evergreen.
Susan Gibson with her song Evergreen here on Tunesday Tuesday for the first time. Guys, I got to tell you, man, I've been doing this a long time. Almost 10 years we've been interviewing incredible artists just like Susan Gibson. I've waited a long freaking time to chat with Susan Gibson and get to meet her and listen to her play. And within 3 minutes of chatting with each other, we were like old friends. It was literally like we had known each other our entire lives. And just what a sweet human being. So glad I got to meet her, and I can't wait for that episode to come out on Saturday. It's going to be dope. You guys are going to love it. Susan is so sweet, man. Just what an experience. And just so blessed that I get to chat with folks like her, and it just keeps happening. So it's really dope. But let's move on to more music. I got to tell you guys, this next artist is from the Berkshires of Massachusetts. That's right. There are mountains in Massachusetts. You may not know this, but I'm telling you, it's true. This group is a Americana group from the Berkshires of Massachusetts. Hard Dirt Americana artist. He is self-proclaimed as Hard Dirt Americana. Jeb Barry and his group, the Pawn Shop Saints, for the first time here on Tunesday Tuesday. Here is their song called "By the Sycamore." We're just gonna keep this tree related all night. Why not?
Moon's dangling by a thread. Night's quiet like it's dead. Blood's on my hands again. She swore she wouldn't wait for me. So who's that hanging by the sycamore tree? Boys, we had a job, it's done. My God, he was so young. Now she ain't sure he was the one. Still my wife would be proud of me. Who's that hanging by the sycamore tree? Preacher claim God's on our side, but I ain't feeling safe tonight. I see the hate's got my boy's eyes. Damn, the devil's everywhere it seems. Who's that hanging by the sycamore tree? The stink of death is my judge and jury. I left my soul by the sycamore tree.
Sycamore by the Pawn Shop Saints, all the way from the Berkshires in Massachusetts. Guys, we're going to talk about an artist that years and years and years ago I got the chance to interview. It kind of came out of the blue because at the time, this young lady was the #1 artist on the Billboard charts in EDM. and I was blown away. I was like, "Holy crap!" Like we had never really interviewed an EDM artist at the time. And here I was getting an email from the number one Billboard artist in the country or in the world at the time for EDM. So I was like, you know what? I am going to feature her again this week. This is Harper Starling. Again, she was a guest of mine on the ETX Rock Show years ago. This song features another artist named Cindy Valentine. The song is called Affair with Myself. Enjoy.
Confidence, opulence, resonating loud. Speak my truth, only love coming out my mouth. What you get, spread it all around. Decadence, elegance, bathing in it now. It's not about you now, it's me, myself, and I. You need to kill your pride before you lose your mind. I hold my head up high, it's time I testify. Put back your genie in the bottle, stop bragging about your throttle. Now I'm in a love affair with me, myself, and I don't need anyone else. In an affair with myself, no one but me can compare. With me, myself, and I don't need anyone else. Sanity, vanity, call it what you will. Reign supreme like a queen, going for the kill. Draw the line, I decline, never to be heard. Say it back to this track, compliments reserved. It's not about you now, it's me, myself, and I. You need to kill your pride before you lose your mind. I hold my head up high, it's time I testify. Put back your genie in the bottle, stop bragging about your throttle. Now I'm in a love affair with me, myself, and I don't need anyone else. In an affair with myself, no one but me can compare. With me, myself, and I don't need anyone else. If I had just one wish, we would all learn to be fabulous. Shed the old, love the new. It's your time to come out and be you. Now I'm in a love affair with me, myself, and I don't need anyone else. In an affair with myself, no one but me can compare. With me, myself, and I don't need anyone else. Just love yourself, just love yourself. Just love yourself, just love yourself. Just love yourself, just love yourself.
Harper Starling featuring Cindy Valentine with Affair with Myself gives off Divinals vibes, right? With I Can't Touch Myself from years ago. A little bit of that vibe that I get from that song. Guys, we're going to get into our very first or only tribute this week. Larry Tamblyn, who was the vocalist and co-founder of the influential garage rock band the Standells, has passed away at the age of 82 years old. The news was announced recently by his nephew, Dennis. I am reading this from rocksellermagazine.com, by the way. His nephew, Dennis, went public with the update in a now-deleted Facebook post on March 21st. And here's what he said. My Uncle Larry passed away today. I have very fond memories of him and his family over the years, said Dennis in his post. He lived an incredible life. He was in a band called the Standells, whose hit song Dirty Water is still played to this day, whenever the Red Sox or the Bruins win a home game. They also played on an episode of The Munsters, which was classic, by the way. Best Classic Bands story on Tamblyn's passing added a bit more context from Larry's wife, Glenda. The place of death was not revealed, but Larry's wife, Glenda, later wrote that her husband had, quote, fought a valiant fight against the MDS that vexed his system for the past 2 years, and it finally overwhelmed his body. And he began the greatest journey surrounded by family and friends. Originally released in 1965, the song Dirty Water reached number 11 on the Billboard Hot 100 in July of the following year and has since become a classic of the garage rock realm, as well as a regional favorite in the Boston area, still being played on a regular basis in 2025 at both Red Sox and Bruins games after victories. Dirty Water was mentioned on our archival top 11 list of songs about water. Here's writer Frank Mastropoulos' take on the anthem in tribute to Tamblyn. You guys can read the rest of this on rocksellermagazine.com. Larry Tamblyn was 82 years old, and Dirty Water has been a massive part of my life. I believe it was about 2003 or 2004, maybe a little bit later than that, that the song was played after every single Red Sox win. And so anytime the Red Sox win, the hashtag is always hashtag Dirty Water. It's always been that way. It probably always will be that way. So for me, this is an iconic song, and sad to see Larry Tamblyn go. In tribute to Larry, we are going to play the Standells song Dirty Water. I mean, there is no finer tribute than that. Y'all check it out.
I'm gonna tell you a story. I'm gonna tell you about my town. I'm gonna tell you a big fat story, baby. It's all about my town. Yeah, down by the river, down by the banks of the river Charles. That's what's happening, baby. That's where you'll find me, along with lovers, buggers, and thieves. But they're cool people. Well, I love that dirty water. Oh, Boston, you're my home. You're the number one place. Frustrated women, the frustrated, have to be in by 12 o'clock. Oh, that's a shame. But I'm wishing and hoping, that just once those doors were locked. I like to stay time for my baby walk around. But I love that dirty water. Oh, Boston, you're my home. Oh, yeah. Cause I love that dirty water. Oh, Boston, you're my home. Oh, yeah. Well, I love that dirty water, baby. Love that dirty. I love Boston. Love that dirty water. Have you heard about the Standells? Love that dirty water. I'm the man. Love that dirty water.
All right, there it is, the iconic song from the Standells, Dirty Water. Once again, rest in peace, Larry Tamblyn. Thank you for an amazing song. Moving on, we have brand new music for the first time on Tunesday Tuesday. One of the most iconic artists ever to come from the state of Texas. This is brand new music from the one and the only Cody Jinks. The song is called Put the Whiskey Down.
I woke up this morning, almost to my bed. I still got my boots on, hurting in my head. What the hell was I thinking? Another deja vu. But you can bet this evening I'll do what I always do. I put the whiskey down, count me in on the groove. Turn it up, turn it loud, boys, picking them country blues. Keep them out on the dance floor, keep them drinking till there ain't no more, till they turn on the lights and call it a night. Let's put the whiskey down. Every honky-tonk hero I've ever known got a taste for the hard stuff and old Gary Stewart songs, singing 10 years together, drinking doubles tonight, till every glass is empty and every bottle is dry. I put the whiskey down, count me in on the groove. Turn it up, turn it loud, boys, picking them country blues. Keep them out on the dance floor, keep them drinking till there ain't no more, till they turn on the lights and call it a night. Let's put the whiskey down. Let's put the whiskey down, count me in on the groove. Turn it up, turn it loud, boys, picking them country blues. Keep them out on the dance floor, keep them drinking till there ain't no more, till they turn on the lights and call it a night. Let's put the whiskey down, until they turn on the lights and call it a night. Let's put the whiskey down.
Yeah, it's Cody Jinks with Put the Whiskey Down right here on Tunesday Tuesday, episode number 21 with yours truly, Boston Chris. Guys, moving on, we're going to head to the state of Missouri, where this next artist hails from, the suburb of St. Louis by the name of Fenton, Missouri. This is Tera Lynn Pfister with Born to Rock. Gotta roll.
Last Friday night in Austin, or was it Santa Fe? I was hearing ringing in my ears with every note I sang. The sweet little Charlie calling my name, he said, "Come on girl, let's go." I said, "Baby, I was born to rock, so I gotta roll." Headed out of Memphis, I'm down to Muscle Shoals, chasing them Delta blues, baby, deep down in my soul. Sometimes I wish I had somebody who was missing me back home. Oh, but baby, I was born to rock, so I gotta roll.
Yeah, it's Tera, Lynn, Fister with Born to Rock. Gotta roll here on Tunesday Tuesday, and we're going to bring ourselves right on back to the northeast Texas piney woods from the burgeoning metropolis of Beckville, Texas. Look it up. It's huge. Huge, I tell you. This is my friend and incredible singer-songwriter Eley Buck Davis with a song which is about the area that he grew up in. This is called Panola.
I wanna hear my old man thumping on a jubilee, making sure that it's ripe enough for all us kids to eat. I wanna smell that old Sabine, I wanna watch her water flow. I'm down and out in Austin, and there's only one place to go. Back to Panola, where everyone knows you. When you're rolling the pine curtain, you'll sometimes wonder if you met your fate. 'Cause those tall pine trees ain't much shy from heaven's gate. Down in Panola, I want a sip of coffee that was made on a wood-burn stove. Listen to the crackling of a burning water oak. Yonder come Bobby Curry, got a squirrel dog in his truck. He'll say he's just passing through, wondering if we had any luck. Down in Panola, where everyone knows you. When you're rolling through the pine curtain, you'll sometimes wonder if you met your fate. 'Cause them tall pine trees ain't much shy from heaven's gate. Down in Panola, wanna go to Grandma Pat's and sit down for a while. 'Cause I've been looking, but I can't find a woman with a better smile. I can hear her saying, I love you, don't you know it? Oh, when your heart was torn apart, her voice would always sow it. Oh, she never had to drink from the fountain of youth. No, 'cause folks down there ain't scared of where they're headed to. Down in Panola, where everyone knows you. When you're rolling through the pine curtain, you'll sometimes wonder if you met your fate. 'Cause those tall pine trees ain't much shy from heaven's gate. Down in Panola,
Eley Buck Davis with the song called Panola, right from East Texas. Panola is actually the county that Beckville is in case you were wondering and you didn't know. And Eley Buck Davis was also on the ETX Rock Show years and years and years and years ago. I'm a big fan of his. I'm excited to play his music for the first time tonight here on Tuesday. And believe it or not, I have not played a song on Tunesday Tuesday from this next young lady yet. I was actually blown away that I had not had her on the show yet. Incredibly embarrassed to admit that. This is my family, to be honest. This is a song called Tidal Wave by Kadie Lynn. Y'all know Kadie. Let's check it out. The song Tidal Wave here on Tunesday Tuesday. First time ever for Kadie on the show. I hope Kadie comes out with some new music soon. I know she's been talking about it, and hopefully we are close to that time because I can't wait to see what she does next. The next artist that we are featuring here on Tunesday Tuesday tonight is a brother and sister duo from New Braunfels, Texas. This is Jess and Dave and their official video for Something About Your Eyes.
There's something about your eyes when you stood right next to me. There's something about that smile that made my heart skip a couple beats. Hadn't happened in a while. Thought that feeling could never be. my life, back in my dreams. I waited so long to tell you how I felt. Emotions oh so strong, could you even tell? So many months of conversations and thoughts I could never read. Back in my life, back in my dreams. I tried so hard not to let you in, pushed the feeling so far down. We weren't allowed to be lovers, no, but you were still my friend. It took so long to get close to you, something special that I have found. I should've known better than to mess around, gave you my heart and you walked away. Oh no, you walked away. There's something about your eyes when you laid right next to me. There was something about that smile that my heart could only see. Hadn't happened in a long, long while. Swore that feeling would never be. Back in my life, back in my dreams. I tried so hard not to let you in, pushed the feeling so far down. We weren't allowed to be lovers, no, but you were still my friend. It took so long to get close to you, something special that I have found. Should've known better than to mess around, gave you my heart and you walked away. Oh no, you walked away. It all came to an end, truth crashing in like the sunlight on your face. I was the last one you tell when your mask fell, all our moments gone to waste. I wouldn't come to you when you wanted me to, couldn't give me more than I gave to you. Out of my life, and out of my dreams, and out of my life, and out of my dreams. Oh, oh, oh. Tried so hard not to let you in, was the feeling so far down. We weren't allowed to be lovers long, but you were still my friend. It took so long to get close to you, something special that I have found. Should've known better than to mess around, give you my heart and you walked away. Oh, oh, you walked away. Oh no, you walked away. Oh no, you walked away. No, 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 no.
The name of the song is Something About Your Eyes by Jess and Dave from New Braunfels, Texas. I hope to make it down to New Braunfels someday, partly because it's just a happening music scene, but also because there's a pizza joint down there that serves New England style pizza. At least there used to be. I hope to make it down there before they go out of business. Let's put it that way. So maybe someday soon. Donate. Help me do that. GG. Anyway, we have come to the portion of our night where we have our featured artist this week. The first featured artist that we have, other than, of course, our special guest earlier, is our TikTok Stop Scrolling Song of the Week. You've heard me say this each and every week here on Tunesday Tuesday. We are all animals of habit, and we scroll the TikTok all the time, right? We just keep scrolling and scrolling, and sometimes it can become mindless for folks until you land on a song that just makes you stop, or an artist that makes you stop. And this is the portion of the show where we feature those artists. This artist here is from the Northeast United States. The TikTok Stop Scrolling song of the week is called Call It a Vice, and it is by Joe Jordan. Y'all check it out.
2, 3. Damn, this vice sure keeps gripping tighter. Thought I'd find a way to slip out of it by now. Well, I tend to fall in love when there's liquor in my blood. And I should swear it off, but broken bones, they need a crutch. And I feel more like myself when I become someone else. And that ain't right. That ain't right. Well, I forget a lot of yesterdays, and I guess that's alright. 'Cause every day feels like a war I didn't start but have to fight. Is it the alcohol or loneliness or something in between? Makes these walls feel damn small and closing in on me. Well, damn, this vice sure keeps gripping tighter. Thought I'd find a way to slip out of it by now. But I keep pouring bottles like I'll be gone tomorrow. Keep going like this, it might be right. I guess that's why they call it a vice, 'cause it gets tighter all the time. It gets tighter all the time. But I like myself better when I'm busy getting stoned. 'Cause I talk to myself and I don't feel so damn alone. My friends ain't there for me, or maybe I ain't there for them. Well, I don't know. I don't know. The doctor gave me pills, but I won't take them, I'm too proud. My baby gave me love, but I just won't stick around. And Jesus gave me mercy, but I keep on letting him down. Well, I'm a no good man with a no good plan, and I just can't help myself now. Sure, he's a real good liar. Just a taste to get you getting by just fine. But now I keep chasing old highs like I won't last till the sunrise. Keep going like this, it might be right. Damn, this vice sure keeps gripping tighter. Thought I'd find a way to slip out of it by now. But I keep like I'll be gone tomorrow. Keep going like this, it might be right. I guess that's why they call it a vice. It gets tighter all the time. It gets tighter all the time.
Jordan, Call It a Vice is the TikTok Stop Scrolling song of the week. Someday I'm going to have like special like effects and stuff that just go like bombs going off and stuff. It's going to be cool, guys. It is. It's going to be decent. You guys should stick around for when that happens. Seriously. Guys, I am so damn excited about this young man. And, of course, this is where we feature the #1 song in Texas. And a lot of artists that I know and have either interviewed or I'm friends with get to that #1 spot. Last week, for example, or maybe it was the week before, it was, well, last week I knew, I've interviewed them, and the week before I was friends with Billy Joe Jones. And this week is no different. I am so excited about this song. It's a great tune if you haven't heard it yet, but from an even better artist and an extremely humble young man. This is William Beckmann with the #1 song in Texas right now. It is called Borderline Crazy. Y'all are going to love this song.
Cigarette smoke, cold Pacifico beer. That's all I've known since she left me. The bartenders know when I walk in here, I'd stay forever if they'd let me. Wasting my money, spending all my time, going halfway out of my mind. South of the Rio Grande, lost in some nowhere town, trying to stay so high I don't ever come down. Half of me wants her back, half of me could let her go. I don't even care right now, so what does that make me? Borderline crazy, down in Mexico. Don't work, it's a good thing it don't, 'cause I'm drunk and don't need to call her. I bet she wouldn't even care if I had the nerve, so why would I even bother when I'm south of the Rio Grande, lost in some nowhere town, trying to stay so high I don't ever come down. Half of me wants her back, half of me could let her go. I don't even care right now, so what does that make me? Borderline crazy, down in Mexico. Wasting my money, spending all my time, going halfway out of my mind. South of the Rio Grande, lost in some nowhere town, trying to stay so high I don't ever come down. Half of me wants her back, half of me could let her go. I don't even care right now, so what does that make me? Borderline crazy. Yeah, I'm going crazy down in Mexico. Borderline crazy down in Mexico.
William Beckmann with the #1 song in the whole state of Texas, Mr. William Beckmann with Borderline Crazy. #1. I'm so excited for him, and just an incredible artist. And anyway, guys, we have brand new music again. We brought you some brand new music by Cody Jinks earlier, which is always exciting. But I'm an even bigger fan of this guy, and he's got a brand new record out called Skin that literally just came out. And when I saw that come out, I've listened to the whole thing already. It's fabulous, as all of his music is, and there's an official music video out for the title track of the record already. This is our marquee artist of the week, Sean McConnell, with the song Skin. Last song of the night.
I just wanna feel at home in my skin. There's no peace without if there's a war within. There's no rest that I can see when you're your own worst enemy. It almost took me 40 years to figure out that the call was coming from inside the house. The greatest lie the devil tells is that he is someone else, and we die swinging at a ghost instead of looking in ourselves. So cover me in tattoos of my lady's names, symbols that remind me when I lose my way, that heaven is not just a place we go someday. Oh, it's not far away. It's hiding in plain sight, covered in skin. Oh, yeah. So if there's something in my soul you need to save, it's to know that we're the ocean, not the wave. And there are times that I feel free when it washes over me. So cover me in tattoos of my lady's names, symbols that remind me when I lose my way, that heaven is not just a place we go someday. Oh, it's not far away. It's hiding in plain sight, covered in skin. Oh, yeah. I was born with an old soul that forgot how to get home. Comes back in glimpses like a dark-grown picture. I remember as I burned, and I learned as I unlearned, and unlearned, and unlearned. So cover me in tattoos of my lady's names, and symbols that remind me when I lose my way, that heaven is not just a place we go someday. No, it's not far away. It's hiding in plain sight, covered in skin. Oh, yeah. Skin.
Sean McConnell is our marquee artist of the week for the first time, obviously, and just a huge fan of Sean and his music. Man, vocally, there's nobody better, I don't think, and just so excited to feature his new song, his new record. It's so good, and I hope you guys will check out my social media if you want to know more about Sean. In our marquee artist of the week post, which came out yesterday. So excited for him, and another incredible production from Sean McConnell and his team. I can't even say enough good things about him, honestly, and hopefully I'll get to see him live soon. I've interviewed him. I have not seen him live, and I'm hoping to interview him again, and hopefully that'll happen soon. Guys, that's episode 21 of Tunesday Tuesday Live with your host, yours truly, Boston Chris. If you made it this far in the show, make sure you hit that like button, the follow button, the comment button, the subscribe button, whatever you want to do. All of it helps support the show. Of course, if you do want to donate, you're more than welcome to do so. All donations are highly, highly appreciated. The link for donations will be in your live chat right now if you're watching live. If you're not watching live and you are watching on TikTok or on YouTube, rather, there will be a donate link in the description, and all donations go to help keep this show running, and of course our podcast and our other content as well. I'm really happy that you guys hung out with me tonight. I want to show you guys who our artist, our special guest, is going to be next week. This young lady reached out to us. Her name is Anna May. She is also from the Northeast, I believe. I think she's from Massachusetts. I'm not 100% sure. But she reached out to us. She is a folk artist from the Northeast part of the country, either New York or Massachusetts, Rhode Island, somewhere up there, New England area. Excited to talk to Anna May next week, and she'll be introducing her brand new song called Elegy, which we will play on the show for the first time. We'll chat with Anna about everything that she has going on. And again, I want to thank B. Smith for hanging out with us tonight, all the way from the UK. I'm super late for her, and so happy she stayed up with us to chat and talk about all the cool things that are happening in her life and her career. Y'all make sure you're following along with B. Smith at bsmithmusic.com. And thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys real soon on one of these platforms. Follow us everywhere at The Boston Chris Show. Y'all have a great night.